What's going on, everybody? My name is Mad Viking King. I'll be your host for today of Words Are Hard. My friends, we have a special guest today. He is a fellow Viking. He is on Twitch.tv, and his name is BjornTheSilencer. Welcome on in, Bjorn.
What's going on, Mad Viking King?
My friend. Good to see you. Good to have a fellow Viking on the show, my friend. How was your day so far?
Hey, I can't complain. It's pretty good. Slept in a little bit, so that was nice.
Sleeping in is always good.
Oh, sleep is great.
Fantastic. Fantastic, my friend. So, you already know about the show a little bit, so let's just go ahead. We're going to start with the basics, all right? And if you guys aren't, we're going to start with this. Go follow this man, BjornTheSilencer, twitch.tv/BjornTheSilencer, because this show is also helping out content creators in the process. So, first question. Obviously, I have to ask because I've thought about these questions, all right? So, BjornTheSilencer. Obviously, I know Bjorn not only from Viking culture and, the history, but also everyone knows the famous show Vikings. I mean, Vikings with Kattegat, you have, Ragnar Lothbrok, his sons and everything else. So my question for you is, where did Bjorn and also the Silencer, like how does all that connect?
So, I always notice that Bjorn also has a plan of sneaking in, sneaking into those places into battle and everything. And he was silent about it. So that's kind of where the Silencer came into play. I always admired Bjorn's story and everything that he stood for, with strength and leading his Vikings into battle. So that's where Silencer came from, and they both connected. So yeah.
So okay, so you're talking about Bjorn, already, he's a strategist. He goes in, he already has a plan of action, and he doesn't do something without meaning, right? That's what you're saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
how do you relate to that? Would you say that, is that with your content? Is that you as a person, you like to plan things out? Tell me a little bit more about that, because now you got me hooked. It's okay, you explained the name, but how does that connect to who you are?
Well, that connects to me. I loved Bjorn from the beginning. Basically, I first connected to him because Bjorn means bear in Norse, and my actual spirit animal is a bear. I really like that. I also digged back more into
Your spirit animal is a bear?
yes.
A
It is. It is.
a bear.
A bear.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roger that. All right. Don't eat me. Dear God, just a giant grizzly. That's all I'm imagining. It's my spirit animal's a bear. That's the last person I want to piss off. My goodness.
Yeah.
Roger that. Okay. Roger that. All right. So now that I know a little bit about that, let's talk about, okay, you have so much going on in your background. And
Dude,
I
yes.
always am obsessed because, I have things in my background, I got Naruto. I'm a huge anime weeb. Obviously I have a tapestry of Vikings, and then I have this amazing canvas, all these different things, it kind of makes up the personality of a person. That's why I dive into it. So I have to ask, the first thing that caught my eye.
Yes.
All right, I see what we got going on with the DC. All right, I see Batman, and all of them. So tell me, what we got going on there? Are you huge into DC? Who's your favorite superhero or supervillain?
So, I am huge into DC comics. I'm big into Marvel movies.
Okay.
But I love DC. Just the thought of just all of them together. My favorite villain would have to be the Joker, of course. I love to cosplay as well, and I've done a couple of a couple of Joker streams here and there. My favorite DC character would probably have to be Batman for sure. Just because,
Wait, did you just say that Batman's your favorite?
yes,
Oh my God.
yeah.
See, this is why I knew I wanted to bring him on the show, guys. This is exactly why. Comment down below y'all's favorite DC character or Marvel character, whether it be superhero or supervillain. Honestly, Batman, my friend, I feel that in so many ways. Bruce Wayne's story, like, it goes back. Now, let's keep diving down this rabbit hole, all right? And then we're going to stay back on track about you. So, when it comes to Batman, all right? Now, how far back, like, would you say, like, what's your favorite thing about Batman? Is it the story? Is it the villains? Is it the plot that comes with it? Like, what to you captures, like, Batman as in, okay, this is my favorite? Was it when you was a kid? Did you dress up like Batman? Did you want to be a superhero when you was a kid? Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, yeah. So I wanted to definitely be a superhero growing up for sure. I really looked up to Batman, just his background story, of course, with losing his parents and finding strength through all of that craziness in his life, and you know, his best friend Alfred, kind of leading him the way. And I don't know. I thought it was really, really neat that he went against all of these villains without superpowers. And that's kind of what was like, whoa, was like the big shocking part of Batman.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. Well,
Crazy.
without spoilers, have you seen the newest one?
I haven't, but I really want
I
to.
highly I just watched it.
Oh,
I
really?
just watched it, and I can't confirm it is 100% amazing. There was like two sides of the fence with a lot of people, but this showed more like, instead of the billion-dollar philanthropist of Bruce Wayne, it's like the heartfelt story that we always wanted with Batman. The background, like, because I felt like the emotion was never really there in any of the films. Like, it just showed
Right.
Batman, going around, he's going against, I'm sure you've seen, you got George Clooney, right? Out of all the, actually, that's another one I'll ask. Who's your favorite actor thus far who has played as Batman?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Because for me personally, right, Adam West, I loved Adam West. Michael
great,
Keaton was great. I didn't like George Clooney. I love George Clooney as an actor. But he was like, with that, I did enjoy the films, but it wasn't one of my all-time favorites. Now, for me personally, it would be Christian Bale. What about you?
I would have to say the same, to be honest.
So
with you,
Christian
'cause
Bale?
the voice was spot. I know a lot of people mess around with the voice, and they kind of, they're like, they they love. I don't know, like just the voice of that Christian Bale brought in with Batman, just kind of just really fit well. I think. I loved it. I loved the Christian Bale whole aspect of it. So yeah, Christian Bale for the win for sure.
Roger that. Okay, so DC, this man loves Batman. That literally, like, that's literally my all-time favorite. It really is, man. And I get it with the whole not having superpowers and everything. So, all right, fair. Now, I also see that we got a Daryl fan in the house.
Yes.
So you're into Walking Dead.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sorry.
For sure.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm kidding. God, people are gonna hate me for this one. So, all right. What about Daryl? Huh? Like, what is it about Walking Dead that you really enjoy?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually was in the film industry, and worked during that. What most people don't know is I actually live close to the set, not too far from the set, and so yeah, I actually got to work on a scene. I'm still not really able to actually say what scene it is, but I just had the honor of being able to work with The Walking Dead, and like as a when I was still in school. So that was really exciting and a fun experience doing that. I got to meet Daryl, and unfortunately, I don't have a picture with him.
That's fine.
But
Hey, don't worry. I
yeah.
believe you. I understand that. No, keep going. I'm listening.
Oh yeah. So but Like he was just so down to earth, so cool. And I mean, very down to earth dude. And in the show, I liked him the most because he always had that get her done aspect, of the whole show. Of, even though all the stuff that he's gone through in the show, he's probably gone through most of the worst things in the whole show. And he's still there. He's still, still
Okay.
punching. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I could see that. So, okay. So you was talking about the film industry and everything. Now this is where
Mhm.
my favorite part of the show comes in, because not only, do I get to learn a little bit about you, but everyone gets to learn a little bit about you. We actually get to see you behind, your content, because, you're a Twitch creator, you play video games, you cosplay, which we're going to dive into that later on in this episode. But my question is, so with the film industry, what drew you into the film industry and wanting to be something, a part of that, like being on the set and, the entire aspect? Like what brought you to be, something along those lines?
Well, growing up, I always had the feeling of after a movie feeling like that superhero or, feeling like that main character, walking out. And I'm pretty sure everyone has had that feeling before. And I wanted to actually be a little bit of an actor growing up. But that didn't happen. So I figured, why not get close to the actors and get to know what it's like on set and see what's behind the scenes. Um, and so I just kind of fell in love with movies, just loved watching them back to back. Just was obsessed with them. And I thought, well, why not do that for a living? So I went to the Film Academy over here and really, really enjoyed it, doing the hands on with grip work and lighting and sound. So just absolutely loved
So
it.
with the film industry, like, okay, all right. So you've always had a passion for it. You wanted to be an actor. You was always drawn into movies. I get that. I 100% get that. I am a huge movie fanatic myself. I've always have been. And, when it comes to acting and everything, I didn't really pursue that. So I can kind of relate to you on that. But when it comes into this, we're going to dive deeper with this, okay?
Okay.
So when it comes to the film industry and you being an actor and that not working out, so like what's your primary job on the set? Like what is it? I want you to describe to me and everyone, like, what do you do and what do you enjoy about it, and where would you like to be in the future with filming industries and everything else? Like what are your goals, your ambitions, what you do? Tell us a little bit about every single aspect of it. I want to know.
Okay. All right. Well, I first off started as what you call a PA on set, which is a personal assistant, which basically, goes out, gets the food and, coffee and all that stuff, does all the running around on set, making sure that everyone is in position. And really didn't really like that part, but that's how you get in. That's how you get your foot in the door. And then after that, started to go to the sound crew area. And doing the lav mics on the actors was a lot of fun. Kind of scary because some of the actors were
A little bit
some big actors.
intimidating. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just all
you'd show
right.
up and they'd be like, "Oh, so and so is gonna be here." And it's like a big name, and you're just like,
So wait,
I
let's
don't know.
let's go into that. So basically, like, you were running around grabbing people coffee, donuts, and then all of a sudden, like, what are some big names? Because like I'm curious. Like, to me, like I treat them like human beings. It's like, okay, this is my job, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Social status. But like, I could only imagine, like, being intimidated, like, for the first time, like meeting, I don't know, like someone like Dwayne the Rock Johnson or whatever, or
Yeah.
Jason Statham, or Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, big names like that. And then it's like, okay, well, here's your coffee, Mr. Reynolds, or like something like that. So with you doing that, like, what are some big names, like some people you've met? And also, what is the funniest thing? Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe he was going around like, oh, well, I misplaced some coffee. I did not mean to do it. Like, what is, like, something that happened that you can tell us?
Okay. Well, I do tend to get a little bit socially awkward sometimes, and then that's of course where I make the mistakes. But some of the fun actors that I've got to meet was Queen Latifah. Got to meet Queen Latifah. Got to meet Benjamin Bratt, which was kind of neat. Love that dude, and he was actually working on Coco at the time. And of course, the actor from that played Daryl Dixon. Um, and I did get to meet Jeffrey Dean Morgan for a little bit, and that was fun.
Oh my God. Wow, Bjorn. I
Yeah,
never knew. Queen Latifah. So some of those names I definitely recognize, like Queen Latifah. Queen
yeah.
Latifah, and you got to meet Daryl. Like, my God. So like how how was that experience for you, being able to see them in person and everything?
It was wild, super wild. I mean, and most of them were pretty much exactly how I would have thought they would be in real life. Of course, Queen Latifah was definitely caught like was like a queen, on set. They'd be like,
So
the
so
queen's,
basically you're saying, I'm a
queen's
queen, like
here,
I'm fabulous.
right?
Hey, how's it going? You got my coffee and creamer? Like, oh my God, Becky! Just
It was
over the
great.
top. Yeah, I feel that. Well, I'm glad, because I think the biggest stigmatism that most people believe is when they meet like someone that they look up to, whether it be an actor, actress, voice actor, voice actress, or anyone that has made it in that type of industry, in an entertainment industry. I think the biggest thing is that we're hoping that they're the same person, with that personality that they draw in their, acting career and everything. We're hoping that they're like that same person. So you're saying with Queen Latifah and all these other big, actors and actresses you've met, they've actually been the same.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was fun. Queen she was like definitely the mom on set,
Oh, I love that.
as you would think,
Fair.
and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that raspy voice, like always, and it was different. It was a lot of fun, and me and Benjamin Bratt had a good laugh about, we kind of had the same like height and weight and everything, so I actually got to like wear some of the clothing and sit like, on set. So
Oh my
so it was fun.
God.
It
That's
was great, you
awesome.
know?
So yeah, it's like you got to step in the shoes for it. It's like, hey man, like I could only imagine like for me, like Chris Hemsworth, you know,
Oh man, yeah.
like just sitting next to him, it's like, aye, you wield the hammer pretty good. Like and like being able like to just joke around, like that is fantastic. Like thank you for telling us that. I really do
Yeah.
appreciate that, and thank you again for coming to the show. Like I don't want you to be stressed, like even though this is on YouTube right now and people are watching, like I don't want you to be stressed. Like this is just a casual conversation, just getting to know a little bit more about who you are and everything else. So now we're gonna switch gears up a little bit, all right? And
Okay.
now we're gonna dive into the deepest question that I have. And now that I know a little bit about you, so the film industry, you started off as a PA. We're gonna dive back into that story. You started off as a PA, you're grabbing people's coffees, you're making sure that everyone's in the right places, and you're just, PA, personal assistant, for everybody on set.
Mhm.
What now? From that journey, how long did it take before they took you seriously? And do you still do that till this day as well?
Yeah, so it took me about um so it didn't take me too long. It took me about the show that I was with, they were going for about 3 seasons. So it took me about one season just to kind of like get my bearings around there, get to know some people, and then after that I kind of like branched off. I was like, "Ooh, this looks like fun." So I started talking to the people. That's how it really works in the film industry, is networking. Um and I've learned that out as well. So, talk to the people in the sound industry, or whoever on film set that you want to talk to, and they can kind of show you how to do things like little bit by little bit. Um, and that's what kind of helps me move up a little bit with that. And yeah, I mean, sometimes if I have to get on another set with another show or something, sometimes we'll have to start back at square one. It just kind of depends on the producer and how they run everything. So yeah.
So basically, you was making friends, you was networking, which you've already established. Like, no, it wasn't just networking to move up, but you was just naturally becoming friends with them, and you're like, hey, it probably popped up in conversation, like like they're probably like, where do you want to be in this industry? I feel like that's a common occurrence, just like with Twitch. I feel like the relatability is very strong there. Because like, even though like, let's say me and you, I met you through friends that I've made on the platform, and then now we're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, and I think that's amazing. So what is it like, when it comes to everything, like what's your job now when it comes to that? Are you still doing it? Are you still pursuing the film industry? Is that something that's still deep in your heart?
Yeah, so I'm not doing it right now. But I'm doing it kind of on the side kind of thing. Because I was doing it. They were actually kind of we had a little bit of a strike here where I live, because they weren't like giving us the right, coverage on, medical and all the things. And so, everyone kind of took a tumble from doing that. So right now I just work just a regular job, 9 to 5. And, I just love dabbling back into it though. And, adding some of my skills to Twitch has really helped with that for sure.
I could only
Yeah.
imagine, like, you already have the backbone of the film industry. And then, all right, so Twitch. All right, we're going to dive into a little bit, but I noticed something, my friend. I see it behind you. I see a Viking helmet. I want to say Viking because I know there's going to be people out there. I'm well aware. I know you're watching the video. I know Vikings didn't have horns on their helmets before the history buffs started attacking the channel, but a generic Viking helmet in the background.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Vikings don't have horns, but it's kind of like a poofy horn, and
I like it.
It's just a little Viking helmet that we put on, that's redeemed, and then we also have a Karis as well that you could put on. So
you got to put it on. You have to put it on. We want you. We want you to put it on. You got to put it on. You got to put on the helmet, man. We want to see you with this helmet. Look at this man. Look at this man. Oh yes,
yes.
Ready for bat. You know what?
Yeah.
I just thought of something. I think this is something we should both do. All right. I'm going to amp us up. All right. So I want you, all right, while I'm going to go get mine. All right. I got to piece it together because I thought, well, he's in the Viking culture and everything. So let's do this together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. I'm going to grab mine, and I want you to give me a Viking pose, something strong, something that says, I am BjornTheSilencer. You want to do that real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it, everybody. Let's get in. Let's just dive into this. All right, we're just going to go. We're going to give it our all. All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I have not done this. Like some time. See, yours is already put together, but mine, I have to kind of do it myself. I have the helmet back there, but I kind of want to go with the theme that you're going with as well, because if we don't, then well, what's the point really? I mean, it doesn't really fit. So let's go ahead. All right. Good Lord, I look like a babbling idiot. My goodness, why do you get us together? It's been a while since I've done it, but okay, there we go. All right, so what's your pose if you had one? What would it be?
Bringing out the guns, man.
Oh my God, look at this legend. BjornTheSilencer, everybody. All right. All right.
That's got to be it.
So,
That's got to be it.
So, my friend,
Yes.
All right, we're doing a pose. Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Let's go.
We're doing the muscles, baby! Ha ha! All right, say skull.
Goal.
Skull till Valhalla! Yes! I love to see it, man.
I love it. Love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Guys, Bjorn the Silencer. You can keep it on the rest of the show. It's up to you. You
I
look.
don't mind. I don't mind.
You look
Yeah.
fantastic, my friend. You look fantastic. My
Thank you, I
goodness.
appreciate
All right. So, like I said, in this show, you never know what's gonna happen. So my question for you, now that we've gotten that out of the way, because I needed that to happen. So I've also noticed that you might be into Vikings and everything else, but you have a pirate flag.
That I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have a pirate flag. Now, are you into pirates, you know, is pirating, you know, a sort of like the raiding and pillaging? Like tell me a little bit about that because I see maps right there as well. So
Yeah.
just tell me a little bit, you know, summary and relapse of like, you know, what is it that you like about pirates as well?
Yeah, so I feel like I know a lot of people probably don't think this way, but I have a feeling that like pirates and Vikings are very much alike. You know, they pillage, they steal for, you know, bounties, you know. They, you know, love treasure and gold and they love land as well. But mostly, you know, of course they sell on seas. But this flag is actually from the Raven Armed, one of my good buddies that doesn't live too far, and been just enjoying everything with that. And he actually is pretty much a pirate. So you
Fair.
know, been learning a
Okay.
lot about that.
All
So yeah,
right. So let's dive into this. Okay. So film industry, we know that you did that. I love hearing your background, like when it comes to whether you're a content creator, whether you're not a content creator, just the, you know, get to know a little bit more about who you are. All right. So when it comes to Raven Armed, which I do know, I've been following him for a while now. Is he the one that brought up Twitch? You know, like where did Twitch, you know, video games and the whole aspect of streaming and content creating, when did that come into play in your life with the whole film industry and everything else?
well, so I actually started Twitch about 3 years ago, and like I didn't know what I was doing at first, to be honest with you. You know, I played just a lot of games just for competitive play. Because you know, a lot of people do that. They play for competitive or they play for chat. And I switched over currently to, you know, to just stream for chat, to be honest with you, with Twitch. Um and what encouraged me to do that is some other streamers as well as the Raven Armed helped me kind of realize that everyone that the chat is important. That you know to definitely reach out to the chat whenever you're streaming. And ever since I've you know done that, I've been just enjoying it. I also been thinking about throwing in cosplay because I loved going to like Dragon Con and Comic Con, different things like that. And you know just really had a heart for that, so I started to throw that in as well, and it's picked off. It's definitely like taken off, and it's been a crazy ride ever since. You know.
Dude, that's awesome. So how long have you been streaming?
So I think I started. Let's see. Um,
Because I want to know the history. I want to know, like, you know, when you first started streaming from the very beginning, and then you said you had that change up, and then like we want to hear your journey. You know, like what happened, you know, when you first did your streams, you know, your setup that you had, just a little bit of everything, you know, about like where you started to what
yeah.
changed and then to where you are now.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Yeah. I actually started in 2019. And seriously, just started with just streaming off the PlayStation, to be honest with you. Let's streaming off the PlayStation 4. And using the little clip earpiece, you know, for the mic. and the little flip camera that came with the PlayStation. So that's seriously what I started with, and just really didn't get the idea of streaming until I actually kind of upgraded a little bit. From that, I started to build a little bit of a PC here with my dad. That was like a really fun bonding thing that we had together. We built this PC,
Oh, that's
and
so cool. That's so
yeah,
awesome. Like father son time, like being able to achieve it. Yeah, keep going, man. I love it. I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we built it together. It was a lot of fun. I've been slowly upgrading things to it, um, and been loving that. And it wasn't really technically until we started to slowly pick up when I learned about Discord. When I've learned about joining a group with that, really helped me out. Getting to know a lot of people through that and a community, and just learned a lot and met a lot of friends. And then after that, I kind of fell obsessed with Joker. I loved it. My name wasn't always Bjorn the Silencer. It was actually Jokes on Me Gaming at first. And then I changed over to Bjorn the Silencer when I grew obsessed with the Vikings and heritage and all that stuff. Um, and just really fell into that, loved it. And um, I slowly got, a new mic, boom mic to connect to the PC, and kind of got rid of the headset mic. I loved the aspect of it. Um, but I don't know. I love that you can actually hear yourself through the boom mic, and it actually helps out. So yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so all right, along with your Twitch journey and everything, so you started off, you didn't really know what was going on, which is a majority of people. I can relate a lot to that. I wasn't always, Mad Viking King. I was prior Ghost 456. And then I wanted to see like where it would go from there. So when did you start, like when would you say you started taking content creating to the next level? Like when you started getting serious about it, your ambitions, your desires, like, and also to add on to that question, what did the film industry implement from what you've seen and learned from other people? How did you also implement that to your, the platform and your content creating career?
Okay. So what really helped me in pursuing further into streaming was definitely, when I got affiliate. Then I could actually, add the emotes, add the sound alerts, add like all of the things. But it wasn't until I actually started to implement music was when I actually started to kind of bring in the um like the music and the kind of film background, if you will. I'm trying to get some new mics so that I can actually mic up the guitar and everything and run that through. I'm gonna go full on XLR. That's my next goal, and I know a lot about XLR, so I'm really excited about that. And then yeah, so the Reluctant Hermit actually is what has inspired me to dive into music on stream. I've always been like a little bit, self-conscious about sharing music, but I love to write music as well. That is as part of what I do. Love doing that. Love bringing in the saxophone, and it's just a fun time, what I love to do. And yeah, mix it up as what is actually another thing that's helped me with bringing in my film production background, where I can bring in like things that pop in and pop out of the stream. Really fun to where you can redeem it on the stream as well. So yeah, I'm
That's
loving it so far.
amazing. Honestly, like Bjorn, everybody, like seriously, not only you got in the film industry and you're a musician, that's like two talents right there, like a lot of people, don't really like pursue those kind of things. So I'm really happy for you, number one. And personally, I love the saxophone. which you probably already know. You know, I'm not gonna act like I don't already know you a little bit because I do. But I love music, and I used to play music, and I want to implement something like that later on. Now, when it comes to music, let's go down that avenue. All right, let's go down that
Okay.
road. So when it comes to music, how long, like, what was the first instrument you played? How old was you? Like, tell us a little bit about, like, musically wise, like, how did you get into it?
Okay. So I was actually hitting sixth grade in middle school. And a lot of my friends were joining the band, and I was like, "Ooh, I've never really thought about that, but that might be something cool to go and try." So, of course, you line up in there, you try all the instruments, and basically, the music teacher, it pretty much assigns you that instrument depending on what you try out for. And so I loved the drums. Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Tried the trumpet. I could not make a sound. And then I went over to saxophone, and I could actually play a little bit of that. So he was like, "Okay, saxophone's gonna be your thing." So did a lot of middle school concerts. That was a lot of fun. And that was my first instrument that I learned how to play, and I've been playing ever since. And I really, really enjoyed the marching band in high school as well. Um,
You was in the marching
a
band
lot of fun.
too.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
was.
yeah, the
I played
saxophone.
trumpet.
There you go. There you
Yeah. So
go.
it was sixth grade for me as well.
Okay.
And I couldn't do the reed. That was the
Yeah.
weirdest thing. And then, like, I thought it was so funny when, like, my music instructor's like, "All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you this piece. You know how, like, they would go down the mouthpieces and everything, and they'd be like, which mouthpiece, like, is good for you. What can you work with, right? So for me, my music teacher's like, "All right, you're gonna get this thing, and you're gonna go." You just go like with your. I'm like, okay, like, I'm in sixth grade. I'm a child. Like, I'm like, what is this man doing? You're just gonna get this. You're just gonna buzz into it. I'm just like, what? Okay. All right, but it worked, like, I practice, and then I got in the marching band myself, later on in high school, and then that's when, I kind of, like, stopped doing it after that. So you play the saxophone, but I also noticed in the background that
Yes,
you have a guitar.
I do. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened there? Like, what happened from saxophone to guitar?
Okay. Well, I loved learning guitar. I actually kind of self-taught most of it. My uncle played a lot of guitar, and every time we'd hang out, he would play it, and he plays the banjo as well. I don't know the banjo that well, but
Dude, no,
I love
I mean,
guitar.
so, like, for me, like, I live out in the country, and there's something about the banjo, the thumb picking. A lot of people,
Right.
they think of the country, it's not that always, I promise. Okay, like, everyone just immediately like, and what we do all day, how you doing, folks? Like, no, it takes a lot of talent. Okay, all right, like, it's not that simple. I promise you. So, I, oh man, I hope you're having a good time, man. Are you having a
Dude,
good time?
I'm having a great time.
That's
I'm
awesome.
loving
That's
this.
awesome to
I'm
hear.
loving
That's
this.
awesome to hear. So, so with the guitar, right? Like,
Yeah.
what all do you know how to play?
Well, I know a lot of it's funny. I went into like learning plain white tees to like learning like different things like Green Day and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I kind of like that kind of acoustic vibe to it.
Okay.
You know, a lot of,
Is that the music you're
different
into?
kinds.
Like, are you into heavy metal? Are you into rock and roll, like 80s punk rock, alternative music? What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh yeah, all of it. I love heavy metal. I've been like diving into heavy metal a lot. I've been listening to, Brothers of Metal, Amon Amarth, Danheim, all the Viking stuff as well. And Also I love alternative as well. It just kind of depends on the day, sort of, for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just how it feels, you know? So
Dude, you said on Monomarth, and literally my brain was like, Omaewa Shunleru. Like, dude. Okay, so sort of like power metal. Do you know Sabaton or Powerwolf?
oh yeah, dude, love Powerwolf.
This
and Sabaton.
man's a god.
Yes.
There's a reason why you're on this show. There's a reason why you're on this show, my friend, and that right there just proved it. Fair enough. My goodness gracious. The man with all the talent. We went from the film industry, starting as a PA, everybody, and then now look at you. You know, like that is just an incredible, to me, that's what makes it for me when I'm getting to learn people on this show is like where you started to where you are now. Because you've gone through such an amazing journey. You got to meet all these actors and actresses. You wanted to pursue the film industry. And from what you've told us, you still want to pursue the film industry and eventually maybe become an actor, voice actor, something like that. Now, in that whole aspect of everything, you said cosplay.
Yes.
Okay. Cosplaying. You said you went to some conventions. Let's dive into that. Like, first cosplay, what got you into it, and what do you like love about the conventions and cosplaying overall?
Okay. All right. So my first cosplay I ever went to was it was AWA. It's called Atlanta Weekend Anime. Let's see. Oh, Anime Week in Atlanta. That's what it was called. And you know, it was a
Friend,
fun
it's
little
okay.
thing.
Words are hard. That's why.
Words are hard.
That's why you're that guys. Words are hard. All right. Sometimes our brains, you know, they overcapacitate. You know, our brain cells kind of go. Just a little. So you're fine. You're fine. All right. Relax. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it happens. You know, happens
It
to the
does.
best of
It
us.
does. It does. So, all right, continue on with the convention. All right. So it's
Yeah,
AWA?
AWA. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I loved it. My first cosplay was the Joker, of course. Loved that. You know, got to meet some of the 501st there, which was a lot of fun. They have a 501st group over here, and you know, got to meet one of the guys that was actually kind of shot in the background of Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars.
This man,
That was kind of
dude,
cool.
you've met so many people. You've done so many. That's, dude, the five. I'm huge on Star Wars. I would love. Honestly,
Yeah.
everyone keeps asking. You know, you've seen probably Mandalorian. You probably seen. Are you big into Star Wars by any chance?
Oh, I love it. I
Okay, so
love
like
it.
with me, like I love like you know like if I was to choose someone in Star Wars, I'd either be a Mandalorian or I would be a stormtrooper. And the reason why I said that is because you know I'm past military experience, being in the military and everything. I just feel like that would be my niche. That would be where I would be placed in the whole universe. So okay, all right, continue on. So you were at the convention. All right, you're meeting all these people, and one of them was actually in the background of one of the Star Wars movies, which was Episode 2, The Clone Wars.
Right. Right. I mean, you know, it was just crazy, crazy. You know, and you know, Comic Con or AWA. I actually went to Comic Con after AWA, but AWA was fun because we actually stayed at the hotel and the convention where it was. So it was nice and convenient. You know, you could just dress up for the cosplay for that day and just go down to the lobby, and you know, it was definitely packed, a lot of people. And I think that the biggest cosplay group that I saw that was a duplicate was Doctor Who. There's a lot of Doctor Who's there.
That's
So yeah,
amazing.
it's great.
That's
That's another show that I
amazing.
love.
So, like, do you have any advice for someone who's never gone to a convention? You know, like what to expect? You know, like from your personal experiences.
Yeah. So I would definitely, you know, say to get to the conventions a little bit early. Because, you know, parking can definitely be sparse. And, you know, there's gonna be a lot of people. So just, you know, keep that in mind. And also the panels for the signings, depending on who it is, it could be a super long line. So you want to get there early for that as well. And I guess the last thing I would say about conventions is like finding a nice place or hotel that's close to the convention is always key. So yeah.
Yes, because I don't want to walk that far, when I'm clinking an armor around. Like I'm just, just literally like just a.
No.
Hi guys, I'm looking good. We're almost there. We're gonna get there. We're really gonna go all the way. I feel that. 100%. Early bird gets the worm. Am I right?
That's right.
Fair. Okay, so we've dove into cosplaying. Now I did see something on your channel, right, about Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera. Okay, what made you want to go for that? Out of like everything, because you was talking about, doing the Joker cosplay, doing the voice, and everything else. Like, why Phantom of the Opera? Is that something that, do you enjoy like those kind of like stage shows, or like, what really got you to that?
Well, what really got me to that is I got introduced to theater in high school. I was the tech for my senior year, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. That's the first time I watched Grease, and I just loved musicals, loved music, and I still do to this day. But I don't know, Phantom of the Opera just kind of set with me really well because I actually got to see it live. And I feel like when you see a show live, it really kind of gets to you, and I just absolutely love Phantom of the Opera and the background story behind it. So I can't wait. Can't
That's
wait to do that
awesome.
cosplay.
So wait, so now we're learning something new. You was the tech guy. Did you ever like, when you did theater, did you ever audition? Did you ever want to audition? Was you too nervous? Like, you don't have to go into too much detail, but I'm just curious. Actually, go into all the details.
Yeah.
Go into all the details. I want them all. Give it to me.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I did try out. Actually, the class that I was in was acting one. I tried out. It was a Christmas show. So it was Ebenezer Scrooge, and I actually I didn't get the Scrooge part, but I tried out, and the teacher was nice enough to kind of like, tell me like, you don't really have the things, but you could use those things, those talents that you have in the sound booth to do like sound effects or, do some spotlighting.
I think
So
they
I
missed a
did
great
that instead.
opportunity. I think they
Yeah.
did. I think they did because I've seen you. All right, I've seen your shindig and your show, and I think you do a fantastic job. So for a teacher to say that, at least you can still be a part of the production.
Yeah.
And I understand what it means, like to actually be there in person. I actually got the honor of watching. I don't know if you've heard of it, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I went to a live. It was the greatest thing ever. If y'all don't know what it is, if you've never experienced it, comment it down below because I would love to talk to you about that because it is fantastic. Like are some musicals you've been to or some live shows that you've really enjoyed? Comment that down below. And if you're enjoying the video so far, give it a thumbs up. All right. Feel free to subscribe because we will be doing more Words on Hard later on, every other Sunday. Now, Bjorn, back to you, my friend.
Yes.
So when it came to theater, you didn't, basically your teacher's like, you set you down, said, okay, I feel like you have skills that kind of goes with techie stuff more than the acting. Now, but you also said you wanted to become a voice actor. So what are you going to do like to pursue that?
I did. Well, I'm kind of diving into voice acting with making my own sound alerts. And also I have channel point redemptions to where I can do like different sounds like Scooby Doo or, different things like that.
You got
So-
it. You
or
everybody,
Shaggy,
everybody. All right. I want to hear, dude. When it comes to the Mystery Gang, and everybody else, we all loved it. Everyone. So you're telling me that you can sound like Scooby Doo?
Yes, I can.
I want to hear it.
All right. Let's see. Ruh-roh, Reggie.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. I can't do it. That is awesome. So voice acting,
fun.
being an actor and everything, we are getting to the 10-minute marker of the show. So I will have a few more questions for you, but I love to use this time for you to plug in everything. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. For supporting this channel, for supporting the show, what I'm trying to do here. And I want you, Bjorn, I want you to tell everyone your links, your socials, where they can find you, and what they can expect out of Bjorn the Silencer at twitch.tv/BjornTheSilencer. Go for it, my friend.
All right. So yeah, we are live every Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we normally start at 8. On Thursdays we start at 6 though, because of work week and all that stuff. Seriously, so we have a lot of fun. A lot of our hover content comes from Sea of Thieves at the moment. We do a lot of co-streaming with that. That is a lot of fun. I am on Twitter as Bjorn the Silencer as well. I have a hover, Bjorn the Silencer. I actually also have an Instagram as well. It's just so much fun to be able to just link into all of those connections, and it's great. You can find me there. If you just hop in the stream, just expect to just find craziness, because I love hyping it up with doing crazy loud music and just playing the guitar. It's madness.
Dude, that, my friend, is fantastic. Now, I do have a couple more questions for you before we actually wrap things up. So, when it comes to streaming and everything, can you tell us any projects you're working on, any secret endeavors that, we could possibly find out? What is to be expected in the future of content that you're coming up with?
Yeah, so I'm definitely working on the future of doing voice activated commands. I've been looking into those, where you say something and something pops up on stream. That's what I'm working on. There's going to be a couple of surprising cosplays coming up as well. Maybe a special one. If the things happen, then maybe a special cosplay later on. So yeah.
Absolutely, my friends. Dude, all right. Now we're at the challenge. It is time for me to challenge you. Mano a mano. Viking versus Viking. But more importantly, to see who can do it the best. Now, my challenge is very simple. All right. It's not that hard. Well, it's gonna be hard for me because I'm not good at voice impressions like you. However, I want you now. Can you do a Joker voice impression? You can do that. You said, right?
I can. Yeah.
All right. So the challenge is this. Okay, you can either quote it from the movie or make up your own line. All right, but just a quick 30-second to a minute voice impression of Joker. I want you to give us your all. Okay, are you ready?
All right. Yeah, let's go.
All right, my friend, you have the floor. Let's hear it.
Okay. All right. Harley Quinn, what are you doing with my hat? There we go. That's what I got. That's yours? The Mark Hamill. That's the Mark Hamill version.
All right. Put down in the comments below. That was Bjorn. Now it's my turn. My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one day, he comes home stranger than usual. Mommy grabs the knife. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. He comes at me with the knife. And he says, "Why so serious?" What do you think, huh? Not too shabby?
Dude,
Not too
I
shabby?
loved it.
Was it all right? Yeah?
Yeah, man. That was
Roger
great.
that. All right, guys, put down in the comments below who did the Joker impression better. My voice is a little bit, you know, it's a little bit not crisp today. I'm almost like a cup of coffee. But my friend, dude, I hope you've enjoyed it here. I really thank you so much for coming out, taking the time out of your day to join me on this show. I hope you had a blast, man.
Dude, I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me.
Dude, it has been an absolute honor and an absolute pleasure having you. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you once more Bjorn the Silencer. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much again for stopping on by. I love all your faces. My name is Mad Viking King, guys, as well. I am a Twitch streamer just like Bjorn, and we are going to be doing a collab stream playing the Sea of Thieves coming at you live Monday. You do not want to miss that. My friends, this is Words Are Hard. I'm your host, Mad Viking King. Bjorn, thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem.
Do you have any last words you would like to tell everybody?
I would like to say, as always, I love you guys to the bottom of my Viking heart.
Absolutely, my friend. I love all your faces. We'll see you in the next episode. And as always, till Valhalla. Thank you guys for coming on out. I love your faces. Be kind, be glorious, and always, words are hard.